Hi Libra, welcome to the full moon in Pisces for September 10th, 2022, and this is about healing the soul, this full moon in Pisces. So let's see how that works out for you. The first column is the what is the universe or the new moon, or sorry, the full moon cycle bringing in for you. In this case, actually, full moons close out cycles, so what is it closing out for you? And you have the Two of Pentacles and the Strength card. So the Two of Pentacles is sort of juggling life. Now, the Pentacles often talk about finances and your physical well-being. So those could be in focus right now. But it seems to me like there are a few things up in the air, and you're just trying to keep them there. The thing with the Two of Pentacles is, though, that it's not so juggling is a fun activity. Once you get going, you can go on forever and ever. So it's asking you to juggle situations with a bit of a light heart. It's not a heavy thing. It's just two things to keep up in the air. So it's not the worst. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. So. And I think what I'm seeing here is that you're not really going to have a problem doing that. You have a great inner strength that you can call upon, and I think that's what's going to be made quite visible for you during this period. The Strength card is my Leo card, so it is a very healing card, but it's taming the beast within. So all those things that go on an internal level, and so you may be juggling things on an internal level. But things could be happening on the outer world. You're dealing with it on an inner level, on an inner plane. And you will see how strong you are at doing this during this period. So let's get a second, or rather a third card for this, a clarification. And you have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this could be work, money, health. Now, if your health is a little bit out of balance, or you're trying to juggle a few things in regards to health, the Eight of Pentacles is a great card. And so you have two eights here, just so you know. Strength is the eight. But the Eight of Pentacles is also a card of good health. So if it's been ailing, or if you've had some health issues, you should see some recovery. You should be on the road to recovery. And a lot of it has to do with an inner strength card. You could be dealing with a health issue through Whole Foods. I don't know why that came up, but it just did. How you eat. A well-balanced diet. Yeah. Okay. And I also feel like the frog is telling me that there needs to be some clutter cleared out. Now, whether that's on a actual physical level, so cleaning out some cupboards, or, closets, or, pantries, also possible. But I would say also an emotional clutter, because the Two of Pentacles has an emotional element to it. It wants you to find joy in the juggles of life, let's say. If there is a work situation, this is healthy work. This is a lot of work. It's work you like to do, so you don't mind the overtime, or, this particular juggle. It'll get you where you want to go, but it'll also help you to hone your craft. So it looks like those things are strengthening during this period. Oh. It's pretty good, Libra, because the rest of the readings have been a little bit heavier, and this one doesn't seem quite so heavy. And I think I know why, but we'll look at that in a minute. So you're behaving as a Queen of Pentacles. So there's definitely a money theme here, a health theme, something that has to do with physical matter. She's definitely somebody who likes nature, loves nature, will be in nature often. She also loves her work, and those are the things that she is pretty concentrated on at the moment. And the funny thing is, because if you are somebody who is concentrating on that and you're juggling, it's almost like you have to juggle the playtime here. The Three of Cups is a joie de vivre, it's enjoying life. And so getting out into nature with your friends or having a good time or enjoying the people around you. And this can be women, especially women that hold you up, that encourage you. And I kind of have the feeling that it's something that you maybe need to do is to juggle work and play. But I think you'll be stellar at it. I think you'll do it beautifully, perfectly. Let's get a second card for that. I do think that friends will be a focus for you here, or they may try and draw your attention away from work a little bit. You have the Tower card with that, which is very weird. Because the Tower is something unexpected. And so maybe you're working very hard, you're, getting your finances in order or your work life in order. And then something comes along to kind of shake things up a little bit. One of the ways for you to deal with this in the best way is through having fun, the joys of life, finding what you can be grateful for. That's really this card. What can you be grateful for, and keeping your attention on that. The Tower is definitely something unexpected, but allows you the opportunity to rebuild on solid ground, because what has been built up until now is wonky. It's something you have to juggle. It's something you have to kind of maintain balance with. And so something may happen in that area that is unexpected, but it's a blessing in disguise. That's what I'm going to say here. And which the Tower often is. It's the hand of God that wipes away whatever is no longer necessary in this scenario, in this situation in your life. Still, as the Queen of Pentacles there, I think you have a firm footing. I think you're on solid ground. I think that's a place you want to be when there's an earthquake. Do you know what I mean? You want to be on solid ground. You want to be outdoors in nature, away from large structures. And I'm not saying there's going to be an earthquake, but I am saying that when things get shaky, you want to be on solid ground. Then the result of it. So yeah, it shakes you up a little bit, and you may feel with this card another 8. So that's 1, 2, 3 8s. And 8 is power. 8 is a lot of energy, but the energy can go both ways. It's just power behind that particular energy, or behind that particular situation. So the 8 of Swords for me is you may feel that your hands are tied, that you can't affect a solution at this point, at this time. And this may be towards the end of the cycle. And the cycle is 2 to 4 weeks, but I'm kind of have the feeling that it's 2 for you. 2. So I'm going to say sometimes with this card, it's about not doing anything physically as well. You may feel like you can't, but there are times when you're not supposed to. In other words, you're supposed to let what isn't working for you fall. There's probably nothing you could do about it anyway, other than being grateful for what you do have. And in this case, I think you have a very firm female group around you that holds you up. The Justice card is a really great card to see in this position, because it means that things will work out fair for everybody. And it also means that going through the situation with a light heart is your best bet. And I think you'll do that because the Two of Pentacles is a playful juggle. It's playful. So the Justice card is very often for me, reminds me of the point in the Book of the Dead, the Egyptian Book of the Dead, where you meet up with the three-headed dog. And your heart is weighed against a feather. And if your heart is as light as a feather, you can move on to the next phase. If it isn't, then you are eaten by the three-headed dog and you go back into, into another reality, into another, back to the earth, reborn, I would say, but not leveled up. It means you didn't quite learn that lesson. And for me, it seems like you're going to understand and learn the lesson. I do want to pull one more card for that. A little clarification there. Yeah, you have the Queen of Wands. So this can be one of the women that is helpful, but it could also be you in the end. The Queen of Wands is, again, a Leo card. So there's healing here. And what is the theme of the moon? Healing the soul. So the Queen of Wands is saying, through your creative endeavors, because she's she's magic. The Queen of Wands is magic. Magic works through her. And it's an electrical, outgoing energy. And this heals the soul. It heals the situation. It can be somebody who comes in, possibly one of the friends that supports you and holds you up, but it can also be you. And I think it's through looking at your passionate side, your more female, nurturing side. Both of these cards are very nurturing. That's one of the ways that you can get through this a little bit easier. And more playful. I'm going to say that. I think there's some play necessary here. So the last card that I'm going to pull is what the Spirit wants you to know. And that's the Four of Pentacles. So the Four is about foundation. And in this case, your foundations with your finances and your physicality, with the physical body, your health, that sort of thing. I think it would be very good for you to be around water. It's very interesting because this Queen of Pentacles, who is Earth, is immersed in water. Now, this is the mermaid deck. Most people are around water. But in this case, it's even reiterated here in the Four of Pentacles, which is a waterfall. So I'm going to say that one of the best ways for you to deal with this is not to take anything overly serious. That's the challenge of 4 in numerology, is not to take anything overly seriously. And I see that in a couple of cards here that I've already spoken about. So I think that's kind of your guidance for this 2-week period. I hope this has helped. I hope you enjoy the next 2 weeks, because I think you should try and be very playful during this next 2 weeks. It'll work out well for you. I do see you kind of holding on to your money a little bit, but I think there's work that will afford you this new foundation, if that's what you want to go to by the end of this 2 weeks. All right. Thank you for listening, Libra. I hope this has helped. I will be back in 2 weeks for a new moon reading. And thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I'll see you soon. Bye.